Hi, Sheila again from Singapore. Lately, I've been hearing a lot of things about passion. What are you passionate about? What is it that motivates you to do the things that you are doing? Well, I thought I would share a personal experience with you on what I think passion is for me anyway. It can be different for different ones. When I was a teenager, I had this real deep desire in my heart that I wanted to do something else with my life. But of course, I don't know what that something else was. I just thought that in life, you just do what your parents want you to do. You just study hard, get your education, go out to work, and that was it, right? But somehow or other in my heart, I knew that that was not all that life had for me. There was something more to it. So I went out to work, and then after 7 years, the company had changed. There was staff movement. Some staff were being let off, and I started to feel very uneasy in the company because of the changes that were happening. That was when I started to think about, is there something else that I wanted to do, or should I be doing, or should I be start looking for another job? In all of that process, this thing in my heart, this little fire that I had in my heart just started to flicker again. And I thought, that passion, that there's something more, I'm sure there's something that maybe that God has for me. So I started to think about it, and just waited, prayed about it, and then I started to hear lots of news about this particular country that was like, which part of the world is it from? I've never heard of it, And it was in the news, it was in the newspapers, people were talking about it. And so I asked myself, I think I need to go and find out more about this country. And so I looked into the atlas, and those days there was no internet. So I had to pull out the atlas from the bookshelf and find out where this country is. And I said, oh, it's not so far from Singapore. It's a few hours plane ride. But of course, when I started sharing with different people and started to say that, hey, I'm thinking of going to this country, and I feel that this passion of wanting to work with poor, the needy, the vulnerable, children at risk, and youth, I think that's what I want to do, And so people looked at me and said, are you sure that's what you want to do? Do you know where this Cambodia is? I said, yeah, I just found out where it was. Do you know that it doesn't have a government? Do you know that there is no proper infrastructure? Do you know everything is really in bad state, like a country that has just come out of war? I said, yeah, I'm pretty much aware of it. I've been following the news. And so there were lots of people who discouraged me from doing it. But I knew in my heart that it was the time. And so I just continued to find out more information, and got linked up with a few groups, and one group in particular, and I was very interested in wanting me to work with them, and it was an orphanage, and I was so excited because I'm very passionate about children at the same time, especially children at risk, and so I told my family about it, I told my friends, told my church, and of course they were like, oh, okay, yeah, that's what you're gonna do, just do it. And so I went, and that was in 1993. It was quite an experience. I went on my own. That means I took the plane by myself with no one else with me, and I was like really very scared. And it was an old aeroplane which had propellers that sounded really very loud. But I went, and I was so glad to see some familiar faces who received me at the airport. And the moment I walked out of the airport, I just was broken at that point. The devastation, the poverty, the pain in the people's faces, and I said, wow, what did I get myself into, But I was glad that having had that experience and being broken in that way, it helped me to cope with the fact that I am passionate about what I want to do. I am passionate about wanting to serve these people, and I want to see that they find value in themselves, that they are important. And so my journey began. Lots of experiences, lots of heartaches, lots of pain, but when I look back, I'm glad that I did take that decision to go. So I was in Cambodia for about 12 years, and when I came back about just less than 10 years ago, all that I have experienced is still there. It resonates in my heart till this day, and I hope that I will never lose that passion, because I still go back to Cambodia ever so often, and I still visit the people. And to me, the joy is many of these contacts rather that I've known through the years, they have grown up, and many of them have become really valuable citizens of the country. They have made something of themselves for themselves. They have learned many skills in their lives, and they have been able to impart those skills to other people. So they in turn have learned what it means to serve others. So for me, that is the greatest joy. So that is passion to me. And even in my dying days, and as long as I have breath in me, I will still remember and go back and visit the people of Cambodia. So thank you for listening to me, and see you in the next video. Bye.